Welcome to the Halloween Monster Bash, starring John Astin. Also starring Bobby Kelton, Rhonda Shear.
I gotta tell you, Bobby, when I heard the title of this one, Dementia 13, I thought it was supposed to be some kind of sequel.
Come on, did you really?
Yes, I did. But if it is a sequel, I'd just like to know whatever happened to 1 through 12.
Hey, Rhonda.
I mean, I wasn't able to find 1 through 12 in my video store.
Rhonda, they never even made 1 through 12.
Aha! I didn't think so. That's deceptive advertising, if you ask me.
Yeah, but nobody's asking you, little girl.
Well, it's still confusing. And don't call me little girl. Bravo, Abigail, bravo, yes!
And her, the son of one fool clapping.
Well, I like the La La song.
Hey, Rhonda, you know that really was James Mason at the Steinway?
Gee, Bobby, pardon my ignorance, but what's a Steinway?
What's a Steinway? Oh, I'd say maybe about a half a pound till you fill it up with beer.
I don't think I heard that.
So, Bobby, who's the guy in the blindfold?
That's Claude Rains, and he's wearing a blindfold because he's a clairvoyant.
Clara, what's it?
A clairvoyant, Rhonda. You know, somebody with second sight.
Gee, too bad he didn't have first sight. Then he wouldn't be tripping over things.
I think somebody was just having a little fun with Claude. They switched blindfolds and gave him the one without the holes.
Ah, so he's a fake.
A fake and a charlatan.
No, I'm not.
And a touchy one at that.
Claude Rains. Now, why do I know him?
Well, you might remember him because he later went on to appear as the Invisible Man.
Ah, that's right.
Or maybe I should say he went on to disappear as the Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man. Wasn't he the guy who turned an ace bandage into a fashion statement?
Cute, Rhonda. The girl's always thinking fashion.
What strength of will against... What?
Gosh, that's embarrassing. Claude just forgot his lines.
Now, Rhonda, from that scene, were you able to recognize his co-star?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that was the lovely Fay Ray.
That's right. It was Fay Ray. How'd you know that?
Cue cards, Bobby. I read the cue cards.
Yeah.
Besides, I remember her from another monster classic, King Kong.
Right.
She was Kong's main squeeze.
Yeah, some girls just like him big and stupid. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the spirit of Halloween, and as a special tribute to Edgar Allan Poe, Mr. John Astin reads selected passages from the Master's immortal classic...
Wait! Don't tell me! Poe's Raven?
Nah, he ain't even angry.
I do.
I guess she never heard the one that goes, "Not tonight, honey, I've got a headache."
What a story!
Trust me, lady, it's been used to death.
This is one of the few times that Bella's given a love interest.
Even if they did sleep in separate coffins.
Now, Bobby, my problem with this movie is that it got to be annoying trying to watch people talk and their lips not matching what they were saying.
Yeah, Rhonda, I know what you mean. I always find myself trying to figure out what they really said before their voices got redubbed.
How does he do that?
And now, boys and girls, here's John Astin with a few pointers on Halloween etiquette.
Now, don't forget to remember these.
And remember not to forget them either.
And I will tear this place down around your ears until I find her. Is that clear?
Now, the guy you see with Boris, he's no stranger to lunacy either.
That's Jack Nicholson, back when he was still sitting in the cheap seats at the Laker games.
And look, he still had plenty of hair.
Remember when he made One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, when they gave him all of those shock treatments.
Yeah, well, maybe those shock treatments were for real.
The storyline in this one really got to be confusing.
So confusing, in fact, that somebody at the studio must have said, "Time out. We'd better explain this one to the audience. Listen."
And Eric is still alive?
Yeah, Eric is still alive. Now, see? That cleared everything up, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it just put everything in the right perspective. Except maybe for this one small nagging question.
And what, pray tell, would that be, Rhonda?
Who the heck is Eric? It's this kind of material that had audiences rolling in the aisles.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the movie only played in drive-ins. So rolling in the aisles got to be a little messy. Some weird kind of virus is having a really strange effect on the dearly departed. It's turning your everyday run-of-the-mill corpse into a flesh-eating ghoul. It's enough to give a vegetarian the heebie-jeebies. This character pretty much sums up the storyline when he says,
"They're coming to get you, Barbara."
yeah, they came to get poor Barbara, all right, and they just kept on coming to get her.
Along the way, Barbara makes a new friend. And just because you like to know these things, he asks her what her favorite TV show is.
What's happening? What's happening?
You remember that old sitcom, What's Happening, don't you, Bobby?
Yeah, but I've never heard anybody claim it was their favorite before.
Now, be forewarned. Before you go out and rent this one, remember it's just a little gory.
Yeah, just a little. Like Jack the Ripper was just a little girl crazy.
And believe it or not, the guy doing the escaping is none other than Annette Funicello's old boyfriend, Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, folks, that's a fact. No kidding. And mercifully, no singing.
Don't you like my music?
Oh, sure, of course I do. I've just never been able to get Venus, if you will, out of my mind.